Beautiful man, what kind of locks does he have? Does he have dark brown locks? Does he have blonde locks? What kind of locks? Some girl, paint me a picture. Brenna, I'm thinking you. He's got blonde, long locks. Does he have some stubble? Like 7 days? No stubble.
No.
Clean shaven.
Yes.
Completely clean shaven. Okay. Anything else? Color eyes.
Blue.
Blue eyes. Okay. So Narcissus has blonde flowing locks, blue eyes, and no stubble. Okay, he's beautiful. And he knows he's beautiful, what's worse, okay? And all of the girls are screaming over Narcissus, okay? But what happens is he's going through the forest, and he goes up to a pool. And he's so beautiful. He looks in the pool.
Oh, I remember
and
the story.
He falls in love with himself, okay? He falls in love with himself. He's so enamored with the way he looks, his beauty, that he's stuck there forever, and that's how he dies. He dies looking at himself. What a great way to die, right? Right up there with falling asleep in your bed and dying that way. Anyway, we can merit those things later. Our phones, like with our selfies and different things like that, we take pictures of ourselves and then we post it to the world as if we're famous. We take a picture of us, we take a picture of our food, and we're like, check out this French toast I just ate. And it's like, okay, I'll go look at your French toast. Or like, I'm going to post, 30,000 pictures of myself online for everyone to see. And I'm not saying it's bad to do that. I'm just saying, if you allow it, it can start to destroy your life. Okay? It'll turn your life into Armageddon. All right? You can start to see where you are going to get sucked into this world where it's like about you. You're posting on Twitter, you're twittering, right? You're like, dear diary, this is what happened to me today. I can't believe this girl did this at school. I can't believe this happened. Oh my gosh, this is totally awkward. I just saw Brad Pitt. Okay, whatever it is. You're becoming kind of like this, which is self-centered, not other-centered, as we believe in our Christian faith. Okay, Pavlov's dogs. Brenna, you took AP Psych, right?
I did.
What's up with Pavlov and his dogs? Why should we care?
Because he trained the dogs to salivate at the sound of a bell because he would feed them food when he rang the bell. And so then he would ring the bell but not give the food and the dogs would still salivate.
The dogs would salivate without the food?
Yes.
So there was a cause and effect with the bell ringing, right?
Right.
Okay, you can teach new dogs tricks, and old dogs tricks, right? And this is one of them. All right, how many of you have ever heard of a game called World of Warcraft? Couple people.
Oh, yeah.
How many people, out of you who raise your hands, keep your hands up, how many of you have had friends who have lost their lives to the World of Warcraft? Any of you? Kind of. I knew a guy who flunked out of college because all he did was play WoW every day. That's what we call it. We call it WoW.
WoW, yeah,
In lead speak, it's called WoW. Okay? And I played World of Warcraft. I'm a big nerd. I know. And what happens in World of Warcraft, and lots of games like this, games that you play on your phone and different things like that, here's how the games work. You continue to put effort into the game, they continue to advertise and make money, and then they give you a little gift. And that little gift satisfies you for a second. It's like giving your fix, like an addiction. And then guess what? Well, someone else has something different. I need the next piece of gear. I need the next jeweled mountain or whatever it is in... What's that game you guys all play with the blocks? It looks like it's from...
Minecraft.
Minecraft. It's like, oh, I need the next Minecraft item. Oh, I need the next bracers or gauntlets or something from World of Warcraft. Or I need like the Sword of Eternal Truth. It's like, whatever it is, it is. But you get sucked in, and it's like, when you get a text message, I've been standing... Nick, this can be my example of you.
Okay.
I'll be talking to Nick, my phone will ring in my pocket, and Nick will be like, aren't you going to get it? Aren't you going to get it? Aren't you going to get it? I'm like, no, I'm talking to you. You're real. Like, you're in front of me. Why would I answer my phone? And he's like, but it's ringing. As if my phone controls my life, and as if my phone is my master and commander. Right? I'm like, Nick, I want to be intentionally present to you. I don't want to be on my phone. Right? But I see this all the time with my friends. I'll be like, there's a young adult in particular who I always pick on. He'll look at his phone and everything. We go out to eat or whatever it is. He looks at his phone. He's like, well, I got a message. I have to respond. I got a message. Or it's someone's in trouble. They need me to talk to them. I'm like, give them a phone call. Go visit them. Show that you care in a deep way. Okay? Maps. I have to do this fast. Taxi drivers. Do you guys know what part of, like, anything special about taxi drivers? How many of you have been in a taxi? Most of you. Okay, are they generally nice? Yeah. Did you know that part of their brain is actually bigger than yours?
What?
Who took anatomy? Okay, you can help me out. What's this area of the brain right here? Where the part of the brain stems? Cerebellum? Their cerebellum is larger than all of ours. Did you know that? Taxi drivers. You might be like, oh, taxi driver's uneducated. Maybe doesn't have as much school over there. That part of his brain is bigger than yours. Okay? And why is it bigger than yours?
They know the streets.
Because they know streets. And this has to do with spatial orientation back here. And so with us and our phones, we stopped learning how to use maps. We stopped learning our way around places. Right? We get dependent on our technology. And I'm not saying technology is bad. I love having Google Maps to help me find my place, wherever I'm going, right? You're in a new place. What's greater than having Google Maps? But when we become dependent, we start to lose some of our own like human functioning, which is just kind of crazy, right? Is that a little crazy? I don't know, I think it is. Fear of the awkward. I call it awk. Totes awk, man. Hashtag awkward city. Okay? How many of you have been in a moment where it's awkward? Maybe it's a dance. Today's dance wasn't awkward, I don't think. Are there any awkward moments at today's dance?
No.
No? Okay. But other dances at school, there's awkward moments. Or like, you sit in the lunchroom, you don't know anyone. You go sit in the lunchroom, and there's all these people and they're having fun. And then you're like, oh gosh, they're having fun. I can't sit with them. I'll just sit here, and I'll get on my phone. How many people, like, that's what you do? Right? When I was a freshman in college, everyone didn't know everyone. So you know what everyone did?
They were on the phone.
They like talked with people. No, we didn't have, phones weren't a big deal. Everyone would go sit by people they didn't know, and they would talk to them. It was the craziest thing. But with our phones, they're kind of like an escape device. They can be like an escape. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying that it's always bad to do that. What I'm saying is it can break down our human interaction between other people. Is that wrong or is that right? Is that accurate? Like we can turn inward onto our phones and kind of miss out on those other things. And then there's 1,000 sacrifices. Like choosing to do something on your phone, like play, what's a popular game on your phone?
Candy Crush.
Candy Crush. Or how many of you feel like this? If you don't, how many of you have gotten a text before in your life? How many of you feel like you have to respond to the text? Brenda feels like she has to respond.
Depends on who it is, actually.
Depends on who it is.
Depends on who it is.
Okay.
If it's mom.
If it's mom.
It's urgent.
It's urgent.
Friends.
If it's mom, it's urgent. Okay. See, my mom, it's not urgent because I've developed this habit of being the long-lost prodigal son. So it's like I've trained my mom in a sense of Pavlov's, but she knows I'm not going to call. But so, sorry, that's an aside. That's another story about how I trained my son. But it's 1,000 sacrifices when you have to choose, right? So if you're getting texted by a lot of people, you have to make choices about who you're going to communicate with. And as you get older, you're like Ellen's in college now. She has to say, I want to maintain my relationships from high school, but I also want to maintain these relationships in college. And then after she's in college, she's going to move somewhere else, and she's going to have to maintain the relationships from high school, and her family, and from college, and her new friends. And then she moves again, she'd have to maintain the relationships. And for people who love people, like Natalia, I'm guessing this might be you, she's going to feel like, oh, I got to write a letter to this person, this person, this person, this person, especially if they write me a letter, I got to write them back, right? Oh my gosh, or they email me, I got to write everyone an email back. I once dated a girl who didn't have time to spend with me because she was always like, oh, I got so many emails, I got to write back to everyone else. Like, write to me, please. Okay? You have to make choices. And each choice is 1,000 sacrifices. When you go to the store, you buy one thing of toothpaste, you miss out on 999 other kinds of toothpaste. It's not a big deal. Okay?
It's not a big deal.
My choice would be to pick the people who are nearest to me. Okay, which leads me to Pope Francis. Papa Frankie, as you all know him by, because we're on kind of first name basis with Papa Frank. He had this saying, and he said, who is the most important person in your life right now, Ellie? Who's the most important person to you right now in your life? Aww. Okay. Aww. Ellen, who's the most important person in your life?
Probably my family.
Okay. Anyone else have a different answer? Don't we have a pious answer like God? Jesus?
Yeah.
Good for you. That's not what I'm looking for. That's not what Pope Francis said. Although it's a great answer. He said it's the person right in front of you. Your vocation, a lot of the time we think of our vocation in terms of religious life or priest or sister or something like that, or married or single, whatever it is. Your vocation every day is how are you going to minister to the people that are around you, your local community. Because you are sitting next to them, you're in conversation with them, right? And so the most important person to you right now and in every day is the person who is right in front of you.
So Ellen.
So Ellen is right in front of you, directly in front of you? Yes, okay.
You're the most important.
But that's the idea, and I love phones, I like that they can help, I love that I can use social media to connect with our youth and things like that. But I loathe the ways that they disconnect us and they make us lonelier. In a time when we seem so connected, they also distract us and make us lonely. So thank you for all of your time and attention.